If you are looking for a startup idea or a life goal, this is the one. Poverty eradication. There is a saying, if you want to rob king's property. If indeed you want to do a startup and if you want to solve the common problems of society, this is the biggest problem to solve. If you manage to create any model by which you can tackle this problem, the problem of hunger, starvation, poverty, if any one of us can do such a startup by which we can tackle this problem, we can solve this problem, our name will be etched in history books forever, because this is the biggest problem of the human race. According to World Bank, COVID-19 is going to force close to 100 million people into extreme poverty. Now this is adding up to the FAO's data that close to 1 billion people on earth live in chronic hunger, and another 2 billion, they are either undernourished or overnourished. Now, I'm not talking about this 2 billion segment, because though they too are admitted in the hospital, they too need the treatment, but this 1 billion people, they are in critical need of a ventilator. They are directly in ICU, they are on the ventilator. Can we do something? Can the private sector and the public sector can come together and do some magic? Looks very difficult and looks insane, but this is a problem, and this is probably the best problem to solve for humanity. Martin Revelin, when he was the head of research at World Bank, he once mentioned that every 1% increase in a country's economy results in reduction of poverty by 0.6% to 4.3%. Now, these are all macroeconomic uh, data points. All this work on the macro level, we all are collectively doing really well on the macro level, because according to the Millennium Development Goals, we had planned to cut this world poverty by half by 2015, and we ended up successfully achieving the target by 2010, 5 years before the deadline. So, and according to that target, we have to get rid of poverty by 2030. Of course, we have to get rid of poverty by 2030. But if that is our goal, that is like saying nature can create diamond in millions of years. So why do anything in our own capacity, the labs? No. The whole point is what nature can do automatically in millions of years, human beings should be able to do. In lab, today we can create diamonds in a matter of days. So the point is, why should anyone on earth starve? I seriously hope that people like Elon Musk, who are so much, who have so much of respect all across the world for the kind of works they do. This man, he created a PayPal, he worked on Tesla, and he created SpaceX. So this means the world has enough number of such people who like to take risks, who like to do something big, who like to straight away tackle some of the biggest problems and challenges of humanity. Then why not this? Because if we cannot feed our people here, we will not be able to feed there. Before going to Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, let's at least ensure that on Earth we are able to feed every human being. And we can do that. According to FAO, and this is the report that I read in 2017, they say that the world has enough food stock available to feed all the 7 billion people right now on Earth. And even if you extrapolate the world's population to somewhere close to 9 to 10 billion by 2050, even in that case, we will be having enough stock to feed everyone on earth. Then what is the problem? Where are we falling short? Maybe it's a mad, unequal world. There are so many ways to look at the problem, and United Nations says that today, despite having a 70% more increase in population in the last 30 years, today world agriculture produces 17% more calories per person. We have it. We have the stock, we have the product. What we probably are lacking is one, maybe it's a kind of uh, doing something with this inequality. And another point is maybe we need a cultural mindset shift from food as a developmental model of charity and aid to food as a basic human right. So, what I'm trying to say is no child should come to earth without having this guaranteed human rights of food and nutrition. Every human being on earth deserves food as a basic human rights. Can we all do it? This is where I think United Nations has to take charge and take more accountability to ensure that not just this Millennium Development Goal which we set for 2030 to eradicate poverty, no, we have to eradicate poverty as early as possible. 2023, 2024, 2025. No, let's not put a timeline. As early as possible. Do we have the desperation to see that we are able to eradicate poverty in the next 365 days? Does it make us feel mad and really desperate that till today in 2020, in 21st century, there are people who are not able to afford 2 times meal? As I said, where 1 billion people are living in chronic hunger. Does it make us restless and mad? Then this is really a problem to live and die for. This is why I'm saying this will be the mother of all startups. If you are indeed looking to create a startup, if you want to do something to solve the common problems of humanity, this is the biggest problem to solve. Do something about it. Let's all join hands, come together and do something about it. Let's all hope to live to see a day where no one on earth starves in hunger and poverty. Let's create a totally poverty-free world.